Sometimes when we do these reviews, we're really excited and jazzed about the wines that we select for you. But today I am super excited because I am talking about a wine that normally we sell out on futures. And why? Because it's now the new hot wine in Bordeaux. And I'm talking about Chateau Le Carmes Brion. What can I say about this wine it'll be 15 minutes of video, just because there's so much to talk about this estate, the owners, the people behind it, the history. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And I'm super excited because this wine to me has it has everything. Everything that you would want if you owned a winery, it has. But the history kind of goes back to the 16th century. Yeah, 16th century. It's 1530 or something like that. The owner of Brion was a guy named Jean de Pontac at the time. And, he wanted to live long. And what he did is he cut a piece of Brion and gave it to the Carmelite monks so that they would pray for him and for his long life, that basically, he would be healthy and be able to make Brion for a very long time. And basically why he gave him this property to the Carmelite monks, other than to pray for him, but because they were very good viticulturists. And so they were, out there farming and making wine in their little 10-hectare property. And this was kind of went on for 300 years. And then finally, during the French Revolution, things kind of changed and it fell into ownership. And it was owned by the Furt family. I knew them, actually, not them back then, but the Furt family who owned the property prior to it being sold in 2010. And in fact, I spent a lot of time there. I've had dinner there. They were just wonderful people, but they were in the pharmacy business. That was their number one thing, and making wine was kind of a secondary thought. And, but still, they made great wine. The terroir was there. It's Brion terroir, and it's mainly planted with Cabernet Franc. In fact, old vine Cabernet Franc. So every now and then, man, they would knock one out of the park. And I've tasted some great older vintages of Carmes Brion. Anyway, in 2010, a French businessman, real estate mogul, really, Patrice Pichet, bought the property from the Furts. And he just then brought in the dream team. They brought in Guillaume Potier from Chapoutier, kind of rich, Guillaume Potier from Chapoutier. Anyway, and Stéphane Duranicourt, basically to handle the winemaking, and they hired Philippe Stack, the famous architect. And what they did, they have a natural river that's running through, well, it's kind of a brook, it's not really a river, that's running through the property. And so what they did is they dammed up part of this brook and created almost like an upside down ship as the new Shea. It's an amazing thing to see. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was there during the construction and they're like, don't take any pictures. It's really hush, hush, hush. And at the time I was talking to one of the managers and I'm like, you know what? I can see what's gonna happen here. I can just envision what's going to happen here. This is a gem in the city of Bordeaux. This is the only winery that's actually in the city limits of Bordeaux City. Whereas Carmes, Brion and Le Mission Brion is actually in Pessac, the city of Pessac. It's weird. I don't know where the borders are, but supposedly Carmes is the only winery in the city of Bordeaux. So it's surrounded by buildings and it's just a little oasis. But anyway, so I kind of mentioned, I said, you know what, this is going to be like a little Le Pen. I can see where you're going with this. You have so much money, so much investment. You can't keep the wine priced at the same, you can't. It's gonna explode. And especially with the team you got, basically, Guillaume, he being at Chapoutier, biodynamics was his thing. And so he brought that to Carmes. And so over the years, you can kind of see the wine's getting better and better and better and better. And now it's one of the top wines in Bordeaux. I mean, it got 100 points a few times. You have a blend of you have the old vine Cabernet Franc, which in the 2021 was what we're offering today, is 40% of the blend, 35% is Cabernet Sauvignon, and the rest Merlot. This place is mind-boggling. You know, it's fermented in these big concrete vats that look like tulips. They have amphora. They do 70% new wood. It's whatever the team needs, the team gets. It was a cool vintage in 21, and a lot of times when you have cooler vintages and you're in the city of Bordeaux, the temperature's a little higher in the city than it is like out in the country. And so you get this expressive nose and the palate that is elegant but driving, and you get all the typical Cabernet Franc characters, where you get a lot of the blue fruits and tobacco and essentially kind of that leafiness that really makes this wine interesting. Even right now, it's super interesting. Carmes Brions are now selling for $200 a bottle, and because I think this is 2021 and sandwiched between 18, 19, 20, and 22, I think there's a reason why it is at $115. Not $114.98, but $115, because that's the MSRP that we have to maintain for this wine. And you know what? It's a steal at this price, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. I mean, think about this, guys. You have this intense winemaking team in a vineyard that was part of Brion. I mean, literally, it was part of Brion. A lot of Cabernet Franc, a lot of Merlot. It works. It works in such great harmony. And I mean, think about it. Brion is $450 in a vintage like 21. L'Ambition is probably $250, $300, and this is $115. They maintain the price. I thought this was going to be like another $500 Le Pen, you can't get it, maybe one bottle type wine, and it's not. And the one thing that's great about the chateau and the people behind the chateau, especially Guillaume, he's a good friend. I've got to know him over the years, and they take care of us. We get the allocations every year. And just so happens that we have a nice allocation to 21. And really, for the money, I can't think of a better wine for the vintage. I really can't. And I'm talking about for the money. There's great wines in 21. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a secret vintage. But I think for $115, it's 98 points, Antonio Galloni, 97 Suckling. He calls it the wine of the vintage, and it possibly might be. And for this kind of money and this kind of price, boom, you can't go wrong. In shippable six packs, by the way. Like and subscribe. And again, we want to thank you, our great customers. We were voted #1 wine shop in Orange County in the Orange County Register. Our wine bar is now open. As you can see, the machine's behind us. And yeah, that's about it. Buy this.